Welcome to Scrambled, your space for fertility, owning your 30s, and the scramble that makes it all worth it.
Okay, welcome back to Scrambled, everybody. You're joined today by me and Alyssa.
Hi.
Just the two of us chatting, just the gals.
We're both in short sleeve shirts today. I feel like
summer is here, spring is here.
New York is 60, and this is what happens. It's like everyone's sweating. It's 85 degrees New York City temperature.
Yeah, I mean, just for Aussies, that's 20 degrees Celsius, which, you know what? Here that feels hot, and the sun's been out, so the spritzers have been spritzing, I can tell you that.
Yeah, you walk on the street, and literally everyone is drinking.
I've been walking home from work. I walked home twice this week and trying.
That's far from Upper East?
Yeah, it's an hour, but I do it. Yeah, it's like my exercise if I don't have a gym class booked.
Okay.
And I kind of like decompress, enjoy the weather. And it's so hard not to stop and have a drink on the way home.
I know. I haven't for the past 2 nights, and tonight I am after this, and I cannot wait. Tonight, tomorrow, Friday, and Saturday, actually.
Love that for you. I started the week off hungover, so Monday morning rolled into work having been out drinking that night. And so I've just taken a little hiatus, a 2-day hiatus from drinking. Good for me.
Yeah, the Sunday midnight move was a little crazy.
It was a beautiful day. It was hard to stop, and then dinner became drinks, became bar, became like bar closing, kicking us out sort of situation.
Understood. Well, today we have some questions actually from our producer, Scott. Scott, we love you.
Wait. He's going to get such a big head if we call him our producer.
He wanted to be called that. He said, answer these questions from producer Scott.
That is so true.
He wrote us a list of questions and said, answer these from producer.
Okay, Scotty Too Hottie, our editor turned producer. Honestly, he's been producing us from day one. He's been our sound editor, but he has helped make Scrambled half of what it is today, if not all of what it is today, because he's constantly guiding us. So we do love you, Scotty.
Props to myself for finding him. Everyone always says, how did you find the editor? I was like, don't worry about it.
Honestly, though, like, how did you find him? Because I keep joking to people. I'm like, oh, he's from Craigslist.
Basically, he's from Upwork.com. But I actually interviewed and inquired with a few different editors, and we had some trial runs. And then we found Scott, this cute, adorable, perfect British guy. And we're just aligned.
He's actually going to be on an episode, hopefully.
We think. We keep asking, he keeps pushing. But come on, Scott.
You're funny, Scott. You got to join us. And he's got enough to pick at us about how we are on the microphone. So I can't wait to get him on the mic and give some critiquing as well.
He's hosted plenty of his own podcasts. He needs to just agree and do it.
True. So he sent us questions. Neither of us have looked at them yet, so we're about to, and we're just going to alternate asking one another and go from there. Do you want me to ask you the first question from Scott?
Sure.
Okay. He wants to know what has been the best part of launching a podcast.
Maybe this is a 2-part answer. So I think I've said this before, but launching Scrambled specifically allowed me a vulnerability I didn't know that I had. I mean, never forget that first video. I was like, I can't do it. And you're like, just do it. And now it's like, oh, I can post this every day.
So true.
So that was cool because I got a lot of feedback that was unexpected in a good way. And then also the best part is just it's become like my favorite hobby. On a Monday night, what are you going to do after work? You spend an hour filming. Tuesday, Wednesday, Sunday morning. Just gives you something to look forward to, something to do. Ashley was in Australia for almost 3 weeks, and I kept texting her being like, I'm lost. I don't know what to do without you. My mind is going insane. I have nothing to do.
Yeah, I've never really, as an adult, outside of work and maybe like Pilates, had a hobby. And so having a creative outlet for me has been really fun because I would not define myself as a creative person. This for me has been like a fun hobby to have. Like, it's a weird niche thing to say. It's like, oh, what's your hobby? Podcasting.
Yeah.
But it's fun. I've really enjoyed it.
Even if it doesn't go anywhere. It's just something to do and keep your brain
100%.
occupied.
Yeah, I agree.
Okay, Ash, what do you think has been the most difficult part of launching a podcast?
Oh, so many things. We have no experience in the entertainment industry, no experience editing, no experience podcasting. I think the hardest thing was because it's becoming more common and more people are doing it every 10th person you speak to has a podcast or has a social media presence. I ignorantly thought it would be a bit easier. Knowing what stuff to buy, what's worth investing in, what isn't, and then trying to produce a good quality piece of media to put out to the world when you don't have the experience is so difficult. And it just goes to show why that's some people's careers is doing this kind of stuff. So like we said about Scott, if we didn't have him, we'd be kind of lost. I don't think we'd be able to make such high quality episodes. We had some amazing friends. I had a cousin that helped us decide what stuff was worth investing in, good mics, etc. And without that help, I don't think we'd still be going. We probably would have given up after the first episode. So for me, I think that's been the hardest.
Yeah.
Has it been easier or more difficult than you expected to do this?
In what way?
I feel like for me, when you pitched me this idea, you were coming at it from the perspective of someone that was like, I'm lacking this resource and I went through this journey of egg freezing and it was really confronting and I didn't have support. And then when we did it and you said your story, you were more scared to release your story than I thought you would be. Like for you,
because it was my idea.
Yeah. So considering it was your idea, I think you emotionally found it really hard to be vulnerable to whoever is out there listening.
No, it's true. It's true because this was my idea for so long. And I was like, do it with me. Do it with me. I want the medical perspective. Like we have such a cool story how we met. And then when push came to shove, I was like, I will post this on Scrambled. I'm not willing to share it with my followers in the world, but here we are.
You've come a long way since then. Now, like nearly every post, we both collaborate our private Instagrams on.
Okay. We both need to answer this question. Have any of your opinions about fertility or pregnancy changed as a result of the conversations you've had so far?
Yes, like straight up yes. My feelings and opinions on fertility hasn't drastically changed because I am someone who works in the industry. So I had a pretty sound idea and knowledge base on that. So I won't touch on that. My perspective of becoming a parent myself, I think, has been shifting in recent times. And I actually do wonder if a part of that has been this podcast because, like, when I first met Alyssa, I was pretty vocal that I didn't know if I wanted to have children. And now I'm definitely more open to it. And I think a part of it is seeing other people's fertility struggles, seeing how much people are passionate about being able to have children and what a privilege it is to be able to do it. And then realizing that everything I do in life impacts my ability to have that option for myself. It's all totally shifted my mindset into being more open to becoming a mum for myself.
It's interesting you say that. Maybe it's because you're married, but it's actually shifted me the other way.
This is so funny.
Sorry, mom and dad. I know you want to be grandparents really badly. Not that I'm anywhere close.
They have a grand dog.
They have a grand dog. But since I was a kid, I was like, baby, 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 I need a baby. I'm ready. And then through this podcast, I realized I'm really not ready. I hear these stories. And of course, I want to be a mother one day. That's not changing that at all. I just feel like I have more life to live before I do that.
Yeah.
Not that life isn't being lived with children, but it's just a different life. And I don't know. I know the hardships. I know the struggles. Look, I have my own struggles. I think about my AMH all the time, but whatever happens, happens. What's meant to be will be. And then just pregnancy in general. I mean, our episode with Sydney last week, I'm like, oh, I can have an epidural during contractions, lower it, stand up, and push this baby out of me with gravity. I'm like, I'll do that.
You know what? Sydney, like, my biggest fear is pregnancy and labor, truly.
Yeah.
And she did alleviate my anxieties in a 30-minute conversation. So it's crazy to show what education can do to your mindset.
Yeah.
It's phenomenal. So
this is true.
Hopefully we're alleviating some other people's anxieties as
right?
well.
Or we're increasing others' anxieties.
Well, sorry if we are. We're trying not to. But sometimes the conversations alone just do that. Okay, let's see. Where are we up to?
What's one lesson that's stuck with you that you've actually implemented or will implement in the future?
I would say I personally have been a lot better with my supplement intake. Like every single day am taking prenatal CoQ10, NAD+. I'm more conscious of making decisions. I mean, I'm still doing things that are bad for you. I'm drinking, whatever. But I think about my foods. I think about my fiber. I think about my protein more. Not just physically either. Like emotionally, I am trying to prioritize myself. I'm trying to do more to de-stress. Like walking home from work is a way for me to like turn off. So yeah, I think I definitely have, even just subconsciously, like taken in all the advice from our guests and tried to implement it into my life in some way.
Yeah, I would say the same for me. I mean, not like prenatal, I'm not there yet, although apparently we should be taking that our whole life, but
Yeah.
more so for me, and we wanna incorporate this more on the podcast, is just more like health and wellness and mental health and manifestations and how to make your life better day by day and journaling and all of that because, of course, this is about fertility, but it's about taking care of your body in general. So moving forward, we wanna try to incorporate that, but I also wanna try and incorporate that in my own life.
Yeah, 100%. I think there's never any bad to putting health and wellness into your life. Like the more, the merrier. So we'll try and expand a little bit into that world as well. What topics would you like to dive deeper into and why?
I think for me personally, I was more of a late bloomer in terms of relationships, settling down, knowing what I wanted out of life, and I'm getting to the point where I'm gaining more clarity on that, but I'm looking for more direction just internally, I think, and I don't know where to start. And, everyone says, get a journal, write 3 things down that you're grateful for, yada, yada, do this, eat less sugar, get more sleep. But it's like, where do I start? I don't even
Mm,
know where to start. And you see all these people all over TikTok and Instagram who have just like improved their well being, improved their life. I mean, one I love is Elizabeth Andress. Well, now she's Elizabeth Origo. She's married from the old Sweats in the City. She just like took her life from one horrible heartbreak, didn't know what she wanted to do with her life, and then got married in that same year. She just completely manifested and changed her mindset. And it's cool to see that that's
yeah.
possible.
Yeah, the power of the mind in like so many aspects of your life. There's a few things I want to delve into, and they're probably more maybe fertility specific
Mhm.
concepts that are fascinating, and we want to try and get more into them, and we're just trying to find the right guest to get deep in the weeds with these things. Surrogacy is something that's fascinating, or using a gestational carrier. We want to look at that from a few perspectives, including the legality around it. We have a guest that we will be getting on later this year who is a friend of mine in a same-sex female couple who is having a really difficult time finding a sperm donor.
Mm.
So we want to delve more into the process of using third-party reproduction and what that looks like.
I haven't even heard about that one yet. Okay.
Yeah. I added her to our thing today
Oh, good.
because we
Okay.
had a
I
good
missed it.
conversation about it. I was like, "Oh my god, yes, got to get you
Yeah.
on the pod." I think they're two fascinating aspects for sure. I'd say they're the two things that I think will be interesting for people to hear.
I think so too. I think surrogacy is and sperm donor is honestly such a crazy concept. I was reading something the other day on sperm donors. There's like a whole dark web for them out there
Yeah.
right now, and people are getting fraud and issues and this and that. And it's just like such a crazy concept to me.
I mean, yeah, unfortunately, it's like so sucky that that stuff exists. But
Right?
I
I
mean,
know.
anywhere there's an industry, there's always going to be, crap that goes
Of
into it
course.
too.
Of course.
Okay, this is a good question. What are some people or brands that you would love to get onto Scrambled with us, and why?
I have
The
so
the
many.
list.
I have so many. Is it Sarah Foster or Aaron Foster? One of the Foster twins. Goals, life goals. Jennifer Aniston would be, I mean, yeah, right. But like,
I mean, shoot for the stars, babe.
I mean, she has just some crazy IVF stories and trying to conceive. And I mean, that's shooting for the stars. But yeah, another one is Elizabeth, as I mentioned before, from the Old Sweats in the City. She now does the Wellness Process podcast. She's a dream guest. I messaged her a couple of times, so hopefully she sees this. Honestly, one of our dream guests was Natalie Crawford. And
That is so true. And
she joined.
we didn't think we'd ever get her, and then we did. So why not say the most outrageous people because dreams come true and power of manifestation, Alyssa.
Yeah.
I would love to there's girls from Australia that have a podcast together called Darling Shine. Chloe Fisher has had an extraordinary story to becoming a mother and has gone through much IVF loss and is now a mother of 2, and her story is incredible. So I would love to get someone like her on and have like also an Australian perspective would be really cool. Oh, our list, we have a notes app.
Who's the one you sent me today?
Oh, so I was just flicking through social media today at lunchtime, and a Today Show host is pregnant, and she went on to announce it and talked about how difficult her journey was and was just really trying to relate to her viewers, knowing that so many people could relate to it. And I just thought it was so cool to see something like morning shows like that are often so produced and so about how they looked. And she was just so vulnerable. She cried during sharing that. And I just thought that is so cool that we are doing that now. So someone like that would also be incredible. I mean, there's so many women and men and people who have these incredible stories. I mean, we'd love to reach as many as possible.
Yeah. What what have you learned or realized about each other that you didn't know prior to the podcast?
Can I tell you something funny that I was thinking before you got here as I was setting up?
I'm scared.
No, I'm embarrassed. I mean, this is so trivial. When you were like, oh, I'm coming from work now, like I'll see you soon. I thought to myself, if someone put a gun to my head and said, tell me what Alyssa does for a living, I would have no idea.
You do know.
No, I don't. I know you see clients. I know you're kind of in sales. I don't know.
For what?
I don't know.
You do know. Recruiting. I find people
I do know
jobs.
that.
I
do know that.
I do know that. Sorry,
Okay.
it's not as cool as fertility, but
No, I think that's the thing. And I don't want to, like, I was laughing to myself because I was like, honestly, if someone put a gun to my head and asked me what my husband does for a living, I also wouldn't know.
Right.
So anyone that's not a doctor, nurse, teacher,
You're not.
pilot, I don't know what they do.
Yeah,
So
not in
it's
your
not-
industry.
Yeah, it's not personal. It's just that, like, what do you do? What does anyone do?
No, and that's okay. And
So I guess that's what I haven't learned about you. What have we learned about each other? Because we've spent a lot of time together doing this.
I've gotten to know your husband more.
That's true. Yeah, he was an enigma before. I don't think you'd ever met
Yeah.
him before you came over to
No.
start recording.
No, we had never met before. It was just like sporadic dinners, catching up. And now it's like we actually spend time together. Like I remember there was one Sunday when we had that wine night. I was like, I'm anxious. Can I come over? And we just like didn't record nothing. We just sat here and we talked for hours and got wine drunk, the 3 of us.
So true. Do you know his real first name? Because most people don't. Oh, you
Wait.
do?
I know it's something Herbstreit. It's wait, I know it. It's not like Jonathan. Jeffrey?
No.
What does it
it's
start
a
with?
common white boy name. It starts with an M.
Matthew.
Correct.
I
So
know
the
it.
funny thing is, the reason I asked her that is because he goes by Herbie, which is his nickname, which is like a shortened version of his last name. But I call him that too, which I don't think is like that common. So he's Herb or Herbie. And when I
Yeah.
talk about him at work, I can't remember what happened one day. Maybe it was when we were patients and his name came up. That's what it was. And my colleague was like, who's Matthew? And I was like, oh, that's my husband. She's like, he's not Herbert? Yeah, I think some people just don't go by their first names. Like,
Yeah.
it's just not a done thing. The
Yeah.
only time I'll call him Matt is in front of his own family. But
Oh, really?
fun fact about me, I don't even know if you know this about me, is that my brother's full name is Matthew James Harper. And my husband's full name is Matthew James Herbstreit.
Oh,
So
that's
to me,
weird.
I know. To me, Matt is my brother and Herb is my husband.
Matthew James H.
MJH.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's a
interesting.
bit, I don't know what that says about me. We could probably unpack that with a
Yeah.
psychiatrist.
Do we want to unpack that? I don't know.
No.
What would you, as listeners, like to see more of? We can do more health and wellness content. We can do what we're implementing in our daily lives. We can have more personal stories from guests. We can have more friends and family. We can have more medical perspective. What are you interested in?
For sure, because something I find, I'm like an avid podcast listener, and sometimes when I'm listening, and they don't ask the question that I want to know, I'm like frustrated. So have we covered any topics that we haven't delved into an area of which you came to listen to that topic about? Because that would be frustrating. So we'll just keep putting some Q&A boxes up on our Instagram. It's kind of the easiest way to hear from our listeners, and write anything there. Write any guests that you want us to try and get. Because
let's tag them.
Yeah, we're happy to reach out to people. And any questions that we haven't answered about stuff that we have already gone over, happy to go back to it as well. We actually have Dr. Amy coming on again. So she was EP 3?
2 or 3, yeah.
She was Fertility 101. Love her.
The Egg Whisperer.
The Egg Whisperer. Everyone loved her. She's coming back on. She's going to delve into male fertility a bit more with us. So if you have any questions for her specifically, let us know. It doesn't need to be specifically for male infertility, but I know everyone loved Dr. Amy. So if you've got questions for her, she's going to be our first return guest. So let us know.
That's all I got in my mush of a brain today. That was fun, though. Thank you, Scott.
All right, cool.
We'll see you all next week.
Catch you on the flip. Bye, everybody.